Hey, what's up guys? This is Anthony from Anthony's Customs, and for this review, we are looking at the Hiya Toys Exquisite Mini Alien Covenant NEOMORPH, which is a fairly basic figure, so this should be a fairly simple review. You guys know I don't collect this scale figure, typically speaking, but they asked me to review their product so you guys could see it, and I know a lot of you do collect this scale for you Joe collectors or Marvel Universe or whatever it may be. Now you guys have some more alien variety to go with whatever else you collect. So that's why they send them to me. That's why I review them. And so let's go ahead and get it off the stand and take a closer look. This guy stands just about, let's say 4 inches, because that's going to average out depending on how you have him hunched. I don't have him hunched quite as much as you may want him. So we're going to call it 4 inches. And I know there's parallax in the camera, so don't worry about what it looks like to you. You can trust me. And so we're going to call that, let's just say 10.5 centimeters. Again, it's very dependent on how you have him posed. General aesthetics on this guy, again, very, very basic. He's mostly just kind of this glossy gray with a slight wash of this kind of fleshy pink color. Sculpting seems okay. I mean, it's got all the details you would want. The little spiky things back here are pretty good. The tail has some nice detail. The fingers and toes look pretty good. Nice musculature. I'm going to give it an overall 7 out of 10. I mean, it's kind of standard for a good figure. It's nothing impressive, but it looks fine. So aesthetic-wise, 7 out of 10. Let's go ahead and look at the accessories. So we have 2 different heads. We have the closed mouth head, which comes on him in the package, and then 1 open mouth head, which has a decent paint job and looks pretty nice. So that's cool. We have 1 extra set of hands, slightly just different posed. You know, the other ones are kind of neutral. These have a little bit more of a stylized pose, I guess. So extra set of hands. We get a face hugger, which is sculpted and painted well enough, and it's sculpted so that you can put it on like a marine head or something, and the tail will wrap around the neck. So that's really nice. I think that's actually better than just having the face hugger in a neutral pose. So that's cool. And then we get the little grating display stand with a peg in it, and the 2 little connector pieces to connect it to other display stands for figures from the same line. So accessory wise, it's not bad. It's nothing crazy impressive, but it's definitely good enough. So we're going to give it another 7 out of 10. Now for the articulation, it is a fairly basic figure, but there's a few things we need to discuss. So the first thing is the head. It's on a straight peg with a hinge. So a ball peg definitely would have been ideal. I don't know why they went with the straight peg. That seems like a poor choice. Maybe just because it's easier to swap them out. So I guess I'll give them a little slack there, but it definitely would have been better in the articulation department. Let's see if we can get this to move. Oh yeah, it moves. I thought it was going to be stiffer than it is, but that's fine. That's good. So it could be better with a ball peg, but you're going to be able to rotate the head around, and then of course up and down. So that should be enough. Ball peg would have been better for sure, but this is fine. So that's all right. For the shoulders, it's a swivel hinge, so you can rotate it around, and then you get your hinge, and it goes just about horizontal, a little shy of that, depending on how you have him posed for the torso, of course. So that's okay. For the elbows, though, it's very basic, just a little bit of bend, and they go backwards, but they don't go very far forward. So that's definitely a bummer. A swivel hinge here too would have been really nice, because as it is, there's no bicep swivel, so that kind of sucks. Wrists just have a swivel. Diaphragm joint is a ball peg, so you get a little bit of range out of it, a little bit side to side. Pretty good range. Going back is good, forward's good, rotation's good. That's nice. For the hips, you just get a ball peg with a swivel, so you can move it around on the ball peg and then swivel around that, but the ball peg really covers every bit of the range anyway, so that's fine. This one seems to stick out a little bit more than this one. I don't know, I'm not sure what's going on with that, so I don't know. This one's a lot more limited than on this side. So that's not really the best. It's effectively just a swivel with enough adjustment to get him to stand. No more like dynamic posing. It's just going to be bringing the legs forward and back for the most part. Out to the side is really negligible. For the knee, we have a swivel hinge at the top of the knee, which of course gives you your hinge and a swivel. And then down here, we just have another single hinge, which doesn't do a whole lot. I mean, you can straighten the legs out. I don't know if you're going to want to do that. These guys are typically pretty hunched, but you can do it. And then it doesn't go back all that far, but with both of them, it's fine. So that's okay. For the ankles, we have a hinge here, and that's it. So articulation on this guy is definitely limited. I'm going to only give it, let's say a 5 out of 10. It's not bad, but it's really not good. It's just acceptable enough. And we can come back here to the tail. I didn't really include this in the articulation because it's not technically articulation, it's just a bendy tail. But the bendy stops right there. You can see where it kind of flexes. It stops right there, so it's enough to get the tail posed a little bit, but this is all just sculpt, and it's not that helpful for helping him balance. So that's definitely a detraction. you could work it into the articulation if you wanted to, and it would still be a 5 out of 10 because it's not terrible, but it's not good either. So, you know, it is what it is. I don't know how much better they could have done at this scale for this guy. It's fine. It's not particularly good. It's not particularly bad. So I'm going to give it a final rating of, I'll call it a 6 out of 10. I think that's okay. It's not bad, again, but it's not especially good either. So you get a 6 out of 10. It'll hold the spot if you wanted one of these guys in this scale, and you won't be too disappointed, but you're also not going to be very impressed. So that'll do it, guys. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. It really does help me out a whole lot. And if you didn't enjoy this video, well, you can also do something about that if you want to. If you're not subscribed, you might want to consider it. I have thousands of reviews on the channel and new ones just about every single day. So plenty of stuff for you to watch, definitely designed to be helpful to you. And so, you know, I recommend if you're looking at buying something, you check out my review for it first. I might be able to save you some money or make you feel even more confident in your purchase. So go ahead and check out all that good stuff. Subscribe, come back for the new stuff, and in the meantime, keep collecting.